Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be decorating a cozy dining room where all of the dinner parties will be hosted. So grab a seat and let's get to decorating. In this first corner here, I am placing down this fancy chest. I love the color that it comes in, and I like to pretend that I'm using it to put extra tablecloths or whatever dining room related items. And then above the chest, I just have a homestead banner, and then I place down this dragon tide pantry diagonally, and I always think this item belongs in a dining room. I just love how you can see the different dishes being displayed. And then above the pantry, I placed the Kilima vintage painting. In the middle here, in front of these windows, I placed down this homestead sideboard, and I'm not gonna lie, throughout this house, it's probably one of my most used items. It's just so good to add a ton of glitter onto it. And then on the left side of the sideboard, I just added in these three little plants, and then on top of the sideboard we have two homestead tall bottles, and I'm pretending that they are wine bottles in case anyone wanted to have a sip of wine with their food, or it could be anything else. And then of course we have these cups that I'm also pretending that they're fancy wine glasses, which I don't think we have any in this game. Next to the cups are just some random books, a pumpkin, a little plant, a candle, and then a record player to have some music in the background. On the right side of the sideboard, we have even more plants, and then for this corner, I placed a lily rattan dresser with a fishy on top of it. And don't worry, we take care of the fish here and make sure it's well fed. For the two windows here, I wanted to frame them by using the log cabin wall decor just to add a little flair to it, and I thought it looked fancy. I also added in these string lights, and I love putting these everywhere. They add such great lighting to the area up here and in the room, and I also put them on the other wall here too. Next to the wall here in the middle, I placed down three homestead bookshelves, and on the left side here, I have two baskets. Now, what will you put in them? I have no idea because you can't really put anything in the basket, so they're just here for decorations unless you glitch an item inside of it, but I don't know how to do that, so we're just gonna leave them be. And then behind the basket, I have even more plants. right side in this corner, I have a Kilimo wheat planter, and I think every dining room needs a little seating area, especially after a big meal, so you can sit down and get cozy with a book. And if you feel a little cold, you could grab a blanket from this cute blanket storage basket. I also placed down this makeshift round end table with the Lily Breton lamp on top of it, and on the wall we just have a camping medium frame picture along with a homestead harvest wreath. In the bookshelves, I just have a ton of books in them along with a bunch of different decorations that I thought went really well for this room and with the vibe I was going for, which is very cottagey, very farmhouse-like, and hopefully it gives off that vibe. It's gonna be a very cluttered filled home, and I'm already happy with how everything is looking so far. So for this corner here, since we already have a ton of plants as it is, I thought it'd be very fitting to do a big plant section over here with a ton of plants. And so I added this cute little fungi plushie here, and he's gonna be in charge of taking care of the plants over here. And I thought he was so cute to add. Of the room is where I am placing the dining table, and I'm using the ranch one because it's one of my favorite dining tables to use, and I like the farmhouse cottagey vibe it gives off, and it fits perfectly in this room. And I'm also pairing it with the homestead dining chairs and then on top of the table we just have a bunch of different foods and desserts and a ton of silverware with a plant, a few candles, I also placed this makeshift chandelier, which is also one of my favorite items to use in the game. And with that, I'm going to stop talking and let y'all watch the rest of the decorating. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!